Hello, my name is David and welcome back to Kanawha County Survival Guide, brought to you and filmed by the Kanawha State Forest. Our main priority is to make sure that you, yes you, are safe. We will now be going over some basic survival skills that will help you in the event you get lost in the forest. The first thing to do is not panic. Panicking can make things worse as it will lead you into unnecessary situations such as encountering dangerous animals. The best thing to do is check your surroundings for identifiable landmarks and try to call for help. It is also recommended to keep a positive attitude while trying to get help. If there isn't any help available, then this is when you will take these next steps in order to ensure your survival. The first step is to build a shelter. It might sound and feel impossible at first, but with a calm mind and a positive attitude, you can make a simple debris hut. A debris hut is relatively easy to build. What a debris hut requires is the following: a small, good-sized hut made of leaves, grass, boughs, and other items that can be found in the woods that are around you. This is helpful if you want to build something quick and easy, or need an emergency shelter. Yet, there are more creative solutions for shelter, such as hiding in dens, which might be dangerous because you might come across wild predators that you are unfamiliar with. Keep in mind, this method is not recommended for people that are afraid of the dark. The next step is to make fire for heat and light. For this, you will need a fire starter, small sticks known as kindling, and dry wood. Using dry wood and kindling will help make the fire grow more smoothly and quickly. For campers, there are a variety of them to pick and choose from. These include, but not limited to, char cloths, flint and steel, matches, and newspaper. Now that you have a shelter and fire going, it's time to gather some food. There are several sources where you can find food. Plants and animals are the most primary ways to gather food when you are lost in the forest. If you want something more plant-based, berries are the most common items used. You can look at various plants to gather from, but you have to be careful, because there are some berries that have cyanide in them. You can create a weapon or trap that can quickly capture, kill, or hurt an animal if you want to harvest meat. One easy weapon to make is a pike or an arrow. Knives and axes are other forms of weapons that you may carry as well. You don't need firearms, however, as they can scare your prey away. Even if you know self-defense, be cautious because you never know what kind of creature you'll encounter. After gathering food, it's time to find some water. Hydration is always important to us, but looking for fresh water is a challenge. Water from creeks and lakes can have particles in them, like dirt and bacteria. If you want clean water, you can use your shirt to filter water. However, some lakes can still be contained with chemicals, bacteria, or water with an iron.
We interrupt your regular scheduled programming to bring you some breaking news.
Thank you for your time, listeners. On tonight's news, the Charleston Police Department is currently investigating a strange case involving 3 missing teenagers in the Kanawha State Forest. Detectives are trying to look for more evidence and clues within the state forest. However, considering the fact that they disappeared without a trace, the police department stated that it would become a more difficult challenge. However, Detective Keith Haddon had decided to help them out with the ongoing investigation. We asked him earlier about what motivated him to solve this case, and he responded with the following statement. This case has really piqued my interest, as something about this feels abnormal. The team didn't leave behind a lot of evidence or clues, and what we have so far hasn't yielded any promising outcomes. I want to help the police department with this investigation as much as possible. In my past, I have solved numerous cases that are deemed impossible to solve. I've been a detective about 19 years in this department, and I'm very certain we'll be able to find where they are. Let's all hope that they remain healthy and alive. Another thing to mention here is that Detective Haddon has been getting assistance from Todd Davis, a close friend of the missing teens. He reported in an interview with Todd that he was with his friends at the forest, but didn't go missing as he wasn't with them at the time of their disappearance. Some colleagues of Haddon had raised their suspicions at first, but doesn't believe that Todd killed his friends after the initial interview. In another statement, Haddon said that he just sounds like he needs some help. This kid will get all the help that he needs. I don't believe that he killed his friends. He seems like a good kid with good intentions. It's hard to tell when new updates will be heard in the police department. It will also be hard to tell where this investigation will go. For now, all we can do is hope that they are still alive and well.
This lost tape was recovered on April 26, 1994, in the deepest parts of the Kanawha State Forest. In this tape, it shows Colin Foster, who, at the time, was a park ranger investigating the last known location of the missing 3 teenagers. The year dated on this tape is marked as 1984, exactly 10 years before the tape was found. Colin Foster would go deep into the woods trying to trace the steps of the missing teens, but would later die due to an unknown entity that was caught on tape. Due to the nature of the video, it is cautioned that examination of the tape must be heavily advised.
Good afternoon. My name is Colin Foster. You can call me Ranger Colin, and I work here in the Kanawha State Forest. I know that park rangers are supposed to preserve and protect these places, but I'm currently busy with something else right now. I heard there's an investigation going on in the forest, and I don't know the full story, but I heard there was a group of 4 teenagers that tried to camp here, and 3 of them went missing. From what I've heard from the updates, the police and detectives aren't finding good evidence. That's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to see if there's anything else I can find and give it to the police. This also includes the camera in case I catch anything wild, but I doubt that would happen. I believe this is the spot where they camped. It looks like he left the tent here so he could go home quicker. I'm not sure if that's true, but I'm just trying to get more context about the situation. It looks like he still left his sleeping bags here too. I don't want to look too much into it, because this might be helpful for the detectives to look at. I might have found a spot where they were last found. I remember seeing a bike here before, but I think the police took it away for evidence. Or it might have been stolen. I guess that will remain a mystery. I want to take a look, but I don't think it's a good idea to go through the woods. I mean, if they went through the woods, what if there's more evidence there? Hold on a sec. Hey, Colin again. I thought about it, and I decided to go through the woods. Now, I know it was a bad idea, but I believe I can find my way back. I've been a park ranger for 2 years, and I've done a lot of training, including survival. This doesn't mean I'm going deep into the woods, because that would leave me in a real pickle. But we're getting there. Also, about the evidence. I don't see any evidence so far. No things left behind, no footprints, and nothing else. As far as I see it, I can see why the police couldn't find any clues. I found something! It's a book! But I'm not sure if it belongs to them. It looks like one of the kids left it behind. It's 15 blocks from a den, and it's located deep in the woods. I know the den is dangerous, so I'm not looking in there. But I'll bring this book anyway. Jesus Christ! It's cold again. I'm sorry, but I just need a moment to breathe. That bird. It wasn't even a bird. In my opinion. I'm looking for a way out, but I think I'm lost. The same noise surrounds me on every path I take. I've never faced this level of danger, and I'm trying to calm down, but I don't think I can because something is chasing me, and I think that something will probably kill me. If anyone finds the safe, let's figure everything out!